Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with my friend Shahara Wright. And she's an attorney, and she's also an entrepreneur, and she has a cool company called the CEO Effect, and you can learn more about them at the CEO Effect, S-E, effect.net. And Shahara, good talking to you after a long time. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for quite several years ago and for quite a long while, you were a regular contributor on The Price of Business, and when we were on a different station, and you did a phenomenal job then. And so I was delighted to hear that you were going to be visiting us again here today and getting up to date with you. I know that you got very busy with domestic life there for a while, which is how we ended up not having you on the program for a while. But we're very glad to see you again.
Thank you. I'm happy to rejoin the working ranks, and being alive again, having a second child just kind of wiped everything out for me. So I'm excited to be back in working with businesses again. I'm very excited. Yeah,
and so you work with small businesses and really businesses, I'm sure, of all sizes. And I guess because of that unique legal background, you kind of come in as a trusted advisor and not just merely as an attorney. Is that correct?
That's true. Over the years, what has developed is, as just doing legal work for clients and working with small businesses, everyone comes in with different questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? So I started moving more into doing strategic planning, talking about the overall development of business, and working with clients to bring in different professionals, of CPAs, insurance people, and doing those kinds of things to help them build their brand and help them go to the next level. So through that process of working with these businesses in my law firm, I kind of developed a method of working with clients and decided to take that and branch it out a little bit more through the CEO Effect.
Okay, very good. And when did you start the CEO Effect?
I just started it a few months ago, actually. An idea came to me about doing this and doing seminars and talking more to small businesses, because one thing that I've found is there's a lot of information out there, but it's kind of choppy. So you don't have all the information you need in one place. You don't have the legal information in one place. You don't have the financial information in one place, the marketing, those things. So I wanted to bring all of those aspects together for businesses so that they can understand all of the different aspects of business and what they needed to do in order to move forward and grow their company. So we just started, and we're putting a lot out there and getting more information out to small businesses about what they need to do in order to grow.
Yeah, very good. Now, we've been doing a series of segments on potential radio show ideas. You included one on the idea of a program about women in business. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, just as a woman, obviously, in business, there's a lot of unique things that we go through. And just from my own personal experience, motherhood, getting married, all of those domestic issues, and trying to balance that in your day-to-day business and thinking about all the things that you have to do. Myself, I have to concern myself with how much time I put into my business versus how much time I take to spend time with my kids, doing extracurricular activities, PTO, those kinds of things, and dealing with, normal mommy guilt from being there or not being there. Those are some perspectives that you have to deal with as a woman in business.
Yeah, no question about it. And, that's such a fast growing sector of the business world are women in the C-suite. They are rising much quicker than men, and in fact, it's kind of like the whole world has been flipped upside down when it comes to that. And so, yet you still have a culture that is still largely male driven, I think, when it comes to business.
That's true, but I think one of the reasons why you're seeing more women go into business for themselves is because of that luxury or ability to make choices for yourself, choices for your own family life. If you're working for a corporation and you're headed to being a CEO, or you're trying to get to one of those top-level managements, the amount of time, the amount of work that you have to put in takes a toll on you from being away from your family. And I think that's true for men, too. It's just a different effect when you're talking about women and being the mothers not being home with their kids. So you have a different effect. And so when you want to spend more time with your kids, and when you want to be home, and when you want to be more a part of that, you have to make some choices, and having your own business allows for you to have some of those choices.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm excited to hear you talk about it. Where are you in the process of the CEO effect, and in terms of objectives and those type of things? Kind of give us the landscape, if you will.
Well, right now I'm working on a book. It's going to be called From Entrepreneur to CEO, and hopefully that will be out sometime in October. So we're working on that right now, and I'm also publishing articles with various networks, and I'm also putting out radio shows like you and talking to different people. I'm going to some networking conferences and just doing seminars and giving information. So right now we're pretty much in the startup phase and just going out there and talking to different people and giving them a lot of information. Hopefully by this time next year we will have our own webinar and own series going on so that people can get some more information about what they need to know about growing their business and going from one part, a mom and pop, to growing it into being a real full-fledged business and making steps towards growing and accelerating their growth.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm excited for you. It is delightful to hear from you again.
Thank you. I'm so glad that we were able to talk again. I've enjoyed this, and I enjoyed working with you before, so I look forward to working with you again.
You bet. All right. Make sure you learn more about her. Well, I want to encourage you to check out Shahara Wright. She's a fine person, fine attorney, and entrepreneurial mind. Check her out at theceoeffect.net. That's theceoeffect.net. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. You're listening to The Price of Business.